What's up guys, it's WidgeonTV here. In this video, we're going to learn the story of Enola Walker. You have probably run across at least one of her holotapes while exploring Appalachia, but unless you specifically chased down this unmarked holotape trail, you probably haven't heard her whole story. So in this video, we're going to follow her footsteps, find out her motivations, and find out if she was successful. So heading just south of Camp Venture and crossing into the Cranberry Bog, we can find Mac's farm. It doesn't look like much, just a barren landscape with a small broken homestead in the middle. On an oak barrel on the front porch, we can find out who owned this farm and what happened here.
This is Enola Walker. Don't know if anyone will hear this, but life finally took the last thing I had left. Figured I should leave something behind. I lost Joan in '77 and the kids in the drowning, but I had my damn dogs. It's bad enough that beast tore up the homestead. Ruined everything. I could have rebuilt, but it's not worth it without my boys. So, if you find this place, I'm willing it to you. Just let anyone listen to this tape and they'll know. I took the last of the good chems for the bites, but the rest is yours. The last thing I'm gonna do is hunt that ugly beast down and kill it before I go. I hope you have a good life here. But that monster flew off towards the steakhouse, so maybe avoid that area. Unless I turned it into a fucking crater.
On first listen, this holotape doesn't have a ton of information, but listening closer, we can get some important information about her motivations and where she comes from. At the beginning, it says, I lost Joan in '77. We can assume Joan is Enola's partner. It says she lost him or her in '77. I first assumed she was talking about Vault 77. The lore for that vault is very strange indeed, but it doesn't really seem connected here. So she is probably talking about '77, referring to the year that the bombs fell. So she lost Joan to the nukes. But right after that, she says she lost her kids in the drowning. The only event that I know of that can be called a drowning was the flood in Charleston when the raider gangs blew the dam. So Enola's kids must have been swept away in this event, leaving her only with her dogs. What caused her to make this tape was a Scorchbeast attack, an attack that not only destroyed her homestead, but killed her dogs. Now with nothing to lose and grimacing in pain from a bite that we can assume occurred in the Scorchbeast attack, she only has one thing left to do: kill the Scorchbeasts. She said they flew over towards the steakhouse, so that's where we're headed next. Right across the street from the General Steakhouse and next to the Robco Research Center entrance sign, we can find a small security shack. Inside and on a desk, we can find Part 2.
It's still flying south. It's like one of those Scorchbeasts the Thunder was fighting off, but looks strange. Bigger. Never seen one up close before. Looks pregnant, but maybe she's just full. Longer than makes sense, so they're getting a proper send-off. You hear that, you monster? I don't know why I'm recording all this shit. It helps with the disorientation a bit, I suppose. Chems didn't help me none, neither. Skin's peeling and my eyes won't stop bleeding. I reckon that if this is it, then I'm gonna make it count. Alright, I'm gonna shove this backpack full of explosives down that Scorchbeast's throat as an after-dinner mint. You have a good day, whoever you are out there. A better day than me, at the very least.
In this tape, she says she saw a pregnant Scorchbeast. She may have witnessed the Scorchbeast Queen. The Queen does have a noticeably distended abdomen, Lastly, she talks about her condition. She says her skin is peeling and her eyes are bleeding. These are common symptoms of radiation poisoning, but she said she had access to chems in her first recording, so we can assume she had access to Radaway. And since the chems aren't working, we can assume something much worse is spreading in her body. Alright, although she doesn't specifically say where she's going next, we can assume she's heading south toward the Scorchbeast Ground Zero, that is the Glassed Cavern. So, heading south along Highway 65, we have to go through the abandoned bog town. This is an interesting location by itself. We will be covering it in another video. In the southern tip of Bogtown, we can find a small table in front of the Red Rocket, where we can find Part 3.
Joan always wanted to move to this shit town. Sorry if you found this and you live here. Mostly because you live here in this abandoned shit town. Don't mind me. I'm just mad that big Scorchbeast won't slow down long enough to just eat me in this big bag of bombs. At least she hadn't left me in the dust already. Although she could have. Oh, maybe I'm just a snack for later. Or she took a bite of me just for the taste. Too much salt, huh? Well, makes no never mind to me, as long as I can get close enough. No, she definitely knows I'm following her, just doesn't care. She circled back just now, like she was looking for me. Oh, I'm coming for you, even if you go halfway to hell. Even if this is a game to you!
So in this tape, it sounds like the Scorchbeast is indifferent towards Enola. Scorchbeasts are known to eat anything that moves, everything except people infected with the Scorched Plague. So is this the sickness that Enola is dealing with? Was she infected by the Scorchbeast in the attack? Well, the next holotape is located just outside the Slocum Joes in Watoga, underneath a gazebo. Here's part 4.
She finally stopped long enough to maul a mirelurk, but didn't eat the damn thing. Not like she did my dogs. She just chewed it up and spat it out just like she did me. like we're a chocolate sampler or something. They got pretty close before she took off again. Yeah, I swear she's got no eyes in that great ugly cauliflower-looking head of hers. She's staying to the side of Watoga instead of going in. Maybe she doesn't like the taste of tin cans. The mirelurk and myself are just following after her wake like a couple of ducklings. I think I'll call him Dave. Dave doesn't seem to care none about attacking me. Ate up his own nest like a hog in the pantry, though. I can even touch him, and he doesn't do nothing but stare. I found some more chems, but it's getting hard to keep going. My eyes and ears are bleeding, and I'm hearing and seeing things that aren't there. Hell, I'm not sure that Dave is really here. Except when I'm downwind of that stake. Nobody's imagination is capable of that.
So in this tape, it pretty much confirms her diagnosis of having the Scorched Plague. She says the Scorchbeast chewed a mirelurk and spit it out. This must have turned it into a Scorched Mirelurk. She names this new Scorched Mirelurk Dave, like it's her new traveling buddy. While we're getting closer to the Glassed Cavern, let's keep heading that way. Just outside drop site V9, we can find a small tent where we can find part 5.
Dead in Watoga. Aside from the bots, I'm dead too. Just too dumb to stop walking and breathing. At least we got each other. Right, Dave? It's hard to think straight, but I saw her circling over this pit one minute and it's gone the next. My guess is she went in. What do you think? Dave is following me now that the Scorchbeast went below, but he is about the worst replacement dog I've ever had. I have to try to find my way down there. I have to keep up with her. If you find this, and you don't know well enough, you need to get the hell out of here, Joan. And I'm not kidding with you, neither.
So again, she is having hallucinations of her partner Joan. We are closing in on the finish here, heading inside the glassed cavern and traveling all the way to the end. We can find a backpack with a single cryogenic grenade inside. Next to it, we can find the final holotape, part 6.
I had to drop my bag. It's too heavy. All this for nothing. Couldn't even avenge my boys. It's not alone down here. There's smaller ones like me, like Dave. They don't do nothing but stare. They're waiting for me. My skin's bursting. Burning tight like a shroud. I miss you guys. This can't. We together never.
So that looks like it. It looks like it's up to us to finish her fight. At the end of the tape, we can hear her final transformation into a Scorched. We can even hear her conforming to the hive mind at the very end. So what did we learn from this? Well, we learned that the Scorched Plague can be spread by Scorchbeasts via direct contact. And we learned that the Scorched Mirelurks can make pretty good pets. Alright guys, that's all I have on the Enola Walker and the Scorched Plague. I hope everybody enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe. And if you've made it this far in the video, consider joining my channel's membership. You get a cool little cryptid symbol next to your name when you comment, and it goes a long way in supporting my channel, so thank you. Also consider following me on Twitter. It's the best place for me to keep in contact with you guys. But anyway, this has been Widgeon TV. Thanks for watching, guys.